Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. We just want to thank our viewers before we start the interview. We've hit 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all for your support. And here to celebrate with us, if you like, is undefeated Chris Billam-Smith. Chris, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
I'm good. We're here at Shane McGuigan's gym in London, where you put in the hard yards, as they like to say. How's it all going here? How do you find Shane as a trainer and the group of people that you get to work with?
Yeah, really good. Absolutely love it up here. Living the dream in most boxes, especially from down my way, down on the south coast. Don't get opportunities like this. So yeah, hard work's paid off in the amateur game, and then obviously I was up here sparring George and stuff. So and then managed to get on. But yeah, Shane as a coach, brilliant coach, and I think that shows in my record. I had 1 stoppage as an amateur in 43 fights, and now I'm 5-0 with 5 stoppages. So I think that says it all. So and then the group that we've got, we're flying at the moment. We've got George, who's obviously won his world title, defended it a couple of times, looked great in doing so as well. And then you've got Josh Taylor, who is on the verge of winning a world title. And then you've got a few more of us that are, Chantel's obviously picked up a title, Lee's on the verge of picking up titles. So yeah, it's a good vibe in the gym, and they've got that winning mentality, which is important.
How do you find staying in London as well for your fight camp, staying here, either hotels, Airbnb, whatever it is?
Yeah. So it's not ideal. Ideally, you could, Shane would come and live in Bournemouth, but I don't think it's not exactly.
Not fancy that, no.
It's not a hotbed of boxing down there at the moment. But yeah, no, it's not too bad. It's just work. So I come up on a Monday morning, stay up, train, eat, sleep, and then it's just repeat the next day. So you don't really overly think too much about it, because it is just work Monday to Friday. But it's nice in the weekends. It feels like a holiday going back home. So especially in the summer when the weather's good down there. So it's quite nice.
You mentioned George Groves, and there was some talk of if the Callum Smith fight goes ahead in the WBSS final, you could be a sparring partner for George. Would that be the first time since you initially sparred him and got taken on that you've sparred?
I did 4 rounds with him before the Eubank fight, because one of the sparring partners couldn't make it. So we had 2 sparring partners coming in, and one of them couldn't make it. So I did 4 rounds with George then. But yeah, mainly haven't really done much work with him. But yeah, that's up to Shane and George. Obviously Callum's very tall, as am I. So I've got quite fast hands, as is Callum. So it would make sense But Shane and George know best. So I'll be obviously happy to do the work if needed, and if not, I'll enjoy watching it as always.
You kicked off your pro career with a very good win over Russ Henshaw, who's someone who's kind of fought the great and the good, if you like, on the domestic scene. Since then, it's been mainly kind of learning fights. Where do you see the rest of your year? How will that map out?
Well, out again in June at some point. So maybe even 2 in June. We're not sure yet. But yeah, so I want an 8-rounder in June, and then start pushing towards some form of title towards the end of the year, whether that's a Southern area or the English or whatever. I'm doing a lot of learning under Shane, so it's important to get the right fights at the right time. So rest this year, pick up a form of title, whatever that may be, and then next year be looking to have some big domestic fights, especially towards the middle to end of next year. Look to get right in the mix of all the names that are getting spoke about at the moment. So yeah, that's how I see it.
And your nickname is the Gentleman. Where did that come from? Who gave it to you and why?
Shane gave it to me. There was a few names getting thrown about. CBS Express was one, which is quite a good one. But yeah, Shane just goes, "I've got a nickname for you. He's the Gentleman," and I was like, okay. So yeah, I don't know. I think it just come from manners and stuff like that, and I've brought up right. I guess thank the parents for that one.
So as the Gentleman, what's the most ungentlemanly thing you've ever done?
Won all my fights by knockout, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose in a way. Yeah.
But yeah, Shane did say after the last fight, said, we might have to change the nickname, because it's not very gentlemanly to be stopping everyone. But a gentleman outside the ring, I think, is the most important. But you can't be a gentleman in it. So
yeah, gentleman outside the ring is probably a bit wordy for a nickname.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
Brilliant, Chris Billam-Smith. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.